Assalamu alaikum. My name is Tahir and you are watching live HR Consultants Pakistan. आज हमारा ये बहुत ही एक इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन होने जा रहा है बिकॉज आज हमारे साथ अवेलेबल हैं ब्रैडफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव यूके और आपकी जो भी तमाम क्यूरीज हैं, तमाम स्टूडेंट्स की जो भी क्यूरीज है ब्रैडफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी से रिलेटेड, वो स्टूडेंट्स जो ऑफर हर्डल्स हैं, जिनका एडमिशन प्रोसेस हो चुका है, आइट से रिलेटेड, फी स्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड, जो भी आपकी क्यूरीज हैं, आप तमाम क्यूरीज अपनी क्लियर कर सकते हैं हमें लाइव या फिर हमें लाइव कॉल कर सकते हैं 0346 4747 043 पर आपकी लाइव कॉल ली जाएगी और आपकी जो भी क्यूरीज है आपकी तमाम क्यूरीज को क्लियर किया जाएगा. नाउ ओवर टू यू मिस सर.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum to all our viewers who are watching this live session. I am Zara Hazard, the Education Counselor at UK in HR Consultants. Today we have organized a session for our students who want to study abroad, who are looking to study in UK. Because study is the main concern for every student, because study is basically a basic route to develop their skills in a life. So first, let me introduce you about HR Consultants. HR Consultants is a serving education consultancy industry in Pakistan since 1993. We have offices located in main cities across Pakistan that can be easily approachable to every student. The services provided by HR Consultants are academic counseling, selecting the right institution, securing admission, test preparation, and visa guidance. So the main concern of every student is about, which destination or which country a student should choose. So you know that UK is one of the most prominent destinations of students going abroad, as UK is academically the best country to study in, and British education has a strong reputation worldwide. So today we have introduced a session we have conducted a session for our students, and we have called on our guests, Nausheen Khan, the Regional Manager of Middle East, and Dr. Kamran, who is a lecturer at Bradford University. So hi Nausheen, how are you? And hi Dr. Kamran, how are you?
Hi Zainab, yes, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nausheen, for joining us, and Dr. Kamran for joining us. We have a lot of inquiries regarding, Bradford University, and I have some general questions because, as you know, that the September intake is very closer, and students are very much, are very much keen about, getting admission in UK University. So, can you just, Nausheen, can you just kindly discuss about Bradford University, that why a student should choose Bradford University?
Yeah, absolutely. Firstly, I'd just like to say thank you to HR Consultants for partnering with Bradford and supporting us through this time. And having my colleague, Dr. Kamran Maroof, here as well. Hopefully in the next sort of few minutes, we will pass the mic on to him and he will discuss his journey to Bradford and, the fantastic courses that we do offer in our Triple Crown accredited business school. So just to give you an idea, for those who do not know where University of Bradford is, where we're located and what the university is about. So University of Bradford is located in the north of England. So we're very close to Leeds and Manchester. So we're about 45 minutes from Manchester and about 15-20 minutes from Leeds. I'm sure a lot of our viewers must have heard about Bradford and the links that we do have to Pakistan. So for example, our previous Chancellor is the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and he was part of the university, and we built some fantastic links in Pakistan because of him. So we accredited some degrees in Pakistan in Nimel College. So we've had some great links in Pakistan. And those students who have graduated from those universities in Pakistan have now decided, actually we want the real experience of coming to campus at Bradford. So Bradford has, the university has around 12,000 students, and about 18% of our students are international. So that gives our viewers a flavour of what to expect when they do come on campus. But our students aren't just from Pakistan, we get students from all across the world. And again, I'm sure Dr. Kamran will sort of go into details in regards to the diversity of our university. So we have students from the Middle East, from China, America, Europe, and it's really fantastic for students who want to engage with not just with the UK students, but with international students. It will allow them to build their skills of communicating, because I would definitely say this is a key element to any graduate. Having those key personable skills is very important. So we will teach you your academic skills, your academic knowledge, but we also, really push students to gain those employability skills as well. In terms of the university, again, just to give students an idea, we are literally a 3-4 minute walk from the university. So sometimes what I used to do on my lunch break, Zainab, I used to go take a walk to the city centre and might snip into a shop. So it's quite a nice feeling that students don't need to get a bus or a taxi. It's very cost effective for students to be able to live in University of Bradford. Everything is at a walking distance.
Yeah. Okay, coming towards you, Mr. Kamran, as you are the lecturer and supply chain and analytics. So we want to know that we would love to know your journey as a student and as a lecturer in Bradford University. Can you tell us something about Bradford University experience?
Sure. First of all, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Tahir, Zainab, and of course, Nosheen, for organising this fantastic session and opportunity to engage with the students. So just a bit of a backdrop to myself, first of all. So as you've already heard, I am a lecturer at the University of Bradford. I happened to do my undergrad degree in Bradford. So I did my undergrad degree in business at the University of Bradford. I came back after going out and working in industry, in logistics, and then I came back and finished my PhD in data analytics. So pretty much my journey has been both from an academic point of view, quite focused on where I want to be, and then even when I went out to industry, I had a few options before returning back to academia. And I'm sure we will be touching upon the program and what we do at the University of Bradford, but quite a lot of my skill sets that I bring to the table are from my industrial experience. So I have worked in logistics, working in improvement for a large retailer, actually one of the top 4 retailers in the UK. So there's a lot of focus, as Nosheen has also said, around employability. Now, for me, as someone who's been in industry and has come back into academia and is lecturing, it's more than just knowledge. As you could see behind Nosheen there, it says making knowledge work. And you make knowledge work by providing students with the skills that they are able to make those make the knowledge work with. And I'll touch a little bit. I know we have plenty of time today, so I will be touching upon the uniqueness of our programs. But of course, I'll let you continue, Zainab. And if of course there's any other questions, then we could go into more details as and when required.
Okay, to all our viewers who are watching this live session, if you have any question, if you have any query regarding Bradford University about the fee structures, about the courses, you can contact me on WhatsApp or on a regular call. My number is shared on the screen, 0321 4747 315. I'm repeating again my number, 0321 4747 315. Okay, Kamran, we have heard about the Triple Crown accreditation Bradford Business School has. Can you tell us more about the benefits that if a student can have from this?
Of course, Zainab. So for any university, being accredited is a sign of quality benchmarking. And as you probably know and are aware, that the University of Bradford is less than 1% of business schools in the entire globe to be Triple Crown accredited. So again, that's a huge selling point for the university and for students who graduate from the University of Bradford. So, if you are to go out into industry, of course, your employers are interested in where did you get your degree from, and whether that university or that institution has anything that makes them realize that actually the students may have really picked up some really good skills along the way. So again, the whole idea around the Triple Crown accreditation for us is maintaining the quality benchmark. So we are accredited with EQUIS, which is a European accreditation. We are accredited by AACSB, which is an American accreditation, and then also AMBER, which is for our for MBAs pretty much. So again, just to put it in context, we're still just 1% of business schools globally, so that probably is around about 1 out of, I'd say, 14,000 business schools to maintain that Triple Crown accreditation. Now, I always advise students to read up about this because it's not just about listening to it and they're not really registering what that means. Universities are very competitive and they try the utmost best to go through accreditation and re-accreditation. So it doesn't mean you have accreditation and that's the end of it, as you all are sure. You have to continuously work, show that you have the right level of teaching, you are engaging with international students, and there's various other things that entails being re-accredited. So again, a huge selling point for the University of Bradford, their School of Management.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Command has just mentioned. It's about the quality of the course. Any student can study a business degree, if they have the qualifications, any student can study a business degree. But the fantastic thing is we are only one of 18 UK universities that has this Triple Crown accreditation. And as you can imagine, there's 150 universities in the UK. So we are very fortunate. So when students say that they've graduated from a Triple Crown accredited business school, it's quite a unique point for them. Absolutely.
Okay,
मैं अपने तमाम व्यूअर्स को इन्फॉर्म करना
Sure.
चाहूंगा एक बार फिर से अपने तमाम व्यूअर्स को इन्फॉर्म करना चाहूंगा जैसा कि आप तमाम व्यूअर्स देख रहे हैं वो स्टूडेंट्स जो यूके अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं ब्रैडफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, तो जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं हमारे साथ आज अवेलेबल है ब्रैडफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। तो आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज है आईएस से रिलेटेड, फी स्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड, कोई भी एनी क्वेरी है तो फौरन से अभी कॉल करें लाइव 034647470043 पर या फिर नीचे हमें कमेंट सेक्शन पर क्लियर करें। आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज है तमाम क्वेरीज को क्लियर किया जाएगा। रिलेटेड एडमिशन प्रोसेस जो भी आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज है आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज को लाइव क्लियर किया जाएगा। नाउ ओवर टू यू मिस सारा। यस प्लीज।
Okay. Dr. Kamran sir, like what course modules or what courses you are teaching at Bradford University?
Thank you, Zainab. So I'm actually the program leader for 2 new undergraduate programs. So that is management and business analytics and finance and business analytics. So they are 2 new undergraduate programs. And I'm very closely involved with logistics, data analytics and supply chain, which is our PG offering. Now, across the board, you've probably realized the term analytics, and that's something that I want to share with you all today, and the importance of data analytics in today's day and age. Now, irrelevant of which industry you want to go into, whether it's HR, whether it's you want to do something in social sciences, even in business, the role of data and the role data plays in decision making is becoming more and more important. So again, going back to the skill set, it's not just about understanding how a business works. It's about being able to apply and understand data because of all the data that we have. So typically a focus of our program, and the new one in particular, the logistics, the supply chain and the data analytics, is to allow students to really understand how can we use data in a supply chain setting. Now, the program is very unique, and it's, if I'm right in saying, probably one of very few programs which brings together 3 key elements: logistics, data analytics, and supply chain as well. And what we focus on is not just the theoretical elements, but we teach you practical skills. So you will be learning our open source programming, coding on how to really understand and utilize data, SAS. So if you look again for our viewers who are joining us, have a look at SAS analytics tool and the importance of that in industry as well. So in your program, you're not just being exposed to latest discussions around supply chain. And I know in Pakistan at the moment, there is a huge trend around supply chain. Given some of the relationship Pakistan has with some of the countries, CPEC and so many different things as well. So it's very important to understand where is it that we want to go as a student? If you want a role in supply chain as a supply chain analyst, as someone in procurement, or if you're in charge of your own business, maybe you are an owner of a business and you actually want to make better decisions based on data, then our program is the place to be. And alhamdulillah, till today, I think we have around about 20 students from Pakistan as well. Excellent set of students and great ambassadors for the program. And they've really appreciated how we're bringing together these different sciences. And all it takes is a quick search online to see most programs are either logistics or supply chain and logistics. But I think what we've done really well is bring and introduce the role of data and how data could help with decision making in supply chain contexts.
Yeah. That's basically a very unique program, and even I don't think so that there's any university in UK is offering this program. And as a combination of supply chain and logistics, business analytics, and data analytics. So it's a combination, and it
Absolutely.
has a unique course modules.
And
So,
another thing, Zainab, sorry, just to sort of, it'll be important to mention this as well, that given that I have come from industry, it's something that really stood out to me when I was there. You may be really good operational manager, so you may have many years of experience, or you may be really good with understanding business. But what I found in industry was, no matter how senior a manager may be, they may still struggle with understanding data, and how to make decisions from data. So remember, we don't just throw data at you. It's about managing the data for decision-making purposes. Sometimes too much data is not good either. So from my practical experiences, I have identified some of the challenges, and they are some of the challenges that then we are talking about in the classroom. So we don't just do the class-based work, we also go out of the classroom. So we have connections with large retailers like Morrison's. We take students to Amazon distribution centers for them to really understand, okay, this is the theory, these are the techniques, how do we then apply them? And again, it's about really building that connectivity between these three throughout our program, which is what makes us quite unique as a program and as a university, to be fair.
Okay. Dr. Kaman, I have a question. Why do you recommend Bradford University for logistics, data analytics, and supply chain management? Why Bradford?
Good question. So I would be slightly biased because I've done 2 degrees there, and I'm also lecturing there. So of course, there's many reasons why I'd say Bradford. But one of the main things is we have a technological focus. Like most things, you have to keep up with the times. And I'm part of a research center, which is called Business Analytics and Circular Economy and Supply Chain. So the whole idea is, how is technology disrupting the way in which we do business? And whether it's just logistics or whether it's business as a whole, we have a very technological focus. Of course, the Triple Crown accreditation is a huge selling point. For those who are not aware, please read up about it and what it means to you as someone who may take a graduate with a degree from there. More importantly, I think we are now moving more and more towards being quite specialist in our programs. So from our undergraduate programs, we have taken a specialist focus on, I would say, data analytics. And even in our PG now, we have, of course, this program and also a new one, Applied Artificial Intelligence and Data Analytics, which is launching in September. So we've taken quite a industry-facing and focused view where we're teaching you things which are most relevant and most appropriate.
Okay. To all our viewers who are watching this live session, if you have any questions, if you have any queries regarding Bradford University regarding application procedure, you can contact us. I have shared my number on the screen, 03214747 You can reach onto Facebook, onto WhatsApp too. If you have any question, you can also drop your inquiry onto the comment box. So, Dr. Kamran, can you highlight the job prospects for a graduate of this program?
Sure, Zainab, we could touch upon that. I think there may be some calls as well, Tahir, if I'm right in saying. So if there are any students who want to join the live call, shall we take that first,
We're
maybe?
starting now. We're starting now for students.
You can answer the question. You can go for it, and then we'll get the other two.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. So Zainab, back to your question around employability. So we only launched this program, remember, 2018. And before we actually the program finished, one of our students has already secured a job as supply chain analyst in Asda. You probably know Asda, Walmart, a large retailer in the UK. So there are many opportunities. And for me, I think it's not just about pigeonholing yourself into one profession. Data analytics is relevant across many industries, and it can be applied, and you could look at roles around analysts or even as operational managers in business.
जी अहमद इज ऑन कॉल जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम अहमद आपको आवाज आ रही है जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी अहमद कैन यू हियर मी अहमद कैन यू हियर मी
I guess he's not available. Kindly add a second student, and we can talk to him whenever he's available. Please move on. Ahmed is here, I guess. Ahmed, kindly turn on your video. We can hear you. Zena, please.
Okay. So Dr. Kamran, like I have one more question. Like, how do you differentiate this degree program with other?
We need to speak to Ahmed, please, first.
Okay. Okay.
Ahmed,
okay.
can you hear us? Are you
Ahmed,
available?
can you hear us?
Yes, I am here.
Okay. Ahmed, can you tell me right from which course you have got your offer letter?
Yes, offer letter.
Ahmed, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. From which course, for which course you have got your offer letter?
MS Advanced Civil
MS Advanced
Structural Engineering.
Civil Structural Engineering. Okay. So what are your questions regarding that?
IELTS condition. What
Okay.
about IELTS?
Okay, Ms. Nausheen, I have a question that that due to the current pandemic situation, and that the British Council is not conducting IELTS and giving postponing the dates. So is university offering any sort of IELTS waiver or any sort of English proficiency letter?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, Zainab. We can totally understand that currently it's very difficult for students to say IELTS because the centres are currently closed in Pakistan. At the moment, what we are accepting is students to do a couple of online tests. So we are accepting Pearson, we are accepting TOEFL at home, and we are accepting the Cambridge test as well.
Miss Nushina, I think we are not listening to you.
Can you not hear me?
Yeah,
We can. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so they're the three sort of English tests that we are accepting online, Ahmed. So what I would say to you at this point, if you have a condition on your offer letter, you need to get in touch, look at the options that we have available. And we are hoping that we might conduct our own English language test in country, depending on what the situation is like. If you have sat IELTS previously, send those documents to your counsellor in HR and then we'll sort of see what we can do. But you do need IELTS to be able to obviously get an unconditional offer. So if you are really keen to study the fantastic course of Advanced Civil Engineering at Bradford, and if you want to be part of this Bradford experience, you would need to get your IELTS requirements. So like I said, I've got those list of English tests that we are accepting. So that is the current situation in how we are supporting students to have optional other options for IELTS.
Okay, Ahmed, Nausheen has guided that. If you have any question regarding that, as you know that Nausheen has guided that if a student is not meeting up the IELTS condition, so he has to repay for that. And currently, Bradford has not announced its own internal test, but it will be soon announced. So Nausheen, do you have, is Bradford offering any sort of, IELTS alternate like IELTS indicator or TOEFL IBT?
Yeah, TOEFL at home is what we are accepting. Unfortunately, we're not accepting English waiver, and you know, as I've mentioned to you guys previously, it's something that we are working on. But I would say if you can sit a TOEFL at home test, or if you can sit the Pearson test or Cambridge, we can accept that. If you have done O-level English, we will accept that. If you've got a grade B, C, sorry, or above. So that's something that we do accept as well. But if we haven't, then like I said, please look at the options available, because we have a fantastic scholarship as well. So, you know, for that particular course, you are getting a £4,000 scholarship for it as well.
Okay. Emma, do you have any other question regarding Bradford University?
I think, what about test date? Online test date?
They have not announced it yet, as she has already told you that due to the current pandemic situation, Bradford University has not announced, you know, the internal test. So soon it will be announced. So for that, you have to wait for some days.
Yeah. So as soon as the travel ban is lifted, the first destination I will be going to will be Pakistan, and we will conduct the test in Islamabad, Lahore, and Karachi. But like I said, we don't know what the situation is going to be like. Obviously, the numbers are quite high in Pakistan at the moment. But our intake is supposed to start in mid-September usually. But however, due to the current situation, we have extended it to sort of early October. So you've got a few extra weeks to sort of get these sorted.
Okay.
थैंक यू अहमद, आपने हमें ज्वाइन किया और आपने अपनी जो भी क्वेरीज यहाँ पर क्लियर की। इंशाल्लाह आपकी जो भी क्वेरी है फर्दर आप हमें क्लियर कर सकते हैं। स्क्रीन पर हमारी नंबर है, ठीक है, 0346474704 या मिस ज़ैनब का नंबर स्क्रीन पर शो है। आपकी इंशाल्लाह जो भी क्वेरीज है हम आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज को भी फर्दर क्लियर करेंगे। वंस अगेन थैंक यू, आपने हमें ज्वाइन किया। थैंक यू जी। मैं नेक्स्ट इंक्वायरी अपनी ले रहा हूँ। आई एम टेकिंग नेक्स्ट इंक्वायरी।
Until any new students comes in, Zainab, you can further ask your questions. So we'll take students as soon as they come. So keep it going, please.
Okay, Nausheen, I have a question that is Bradford University offers any top-up programs?
So in terms of top-up programs, we do allow students to enter our second and third year courses for our bachelor's degree. And that would depend on how many the level of bachelors that students have studied in Pakistan. So if, for example, we do get a lot of students who are wanting to go on to our LLB course in our second and third year, because it's more cost effective for them to do it, and we can totally understand. But we would have to allow their modules. So the current degree that they're studying, it would have to match our sort of modules or very similar, so that you haven't missed out on anything in the first or second year. We have a foundation program as well that can lead on to a bachelor's program, and that's yeah, there's the different options available for students.
Okay, Dr. Kamran, I have a question from you. Can you just guide us about the location of the Bradford University and how far it is from an international airport, so that student can easily, you know, approach when he arrives in UK?
Good question, Zainab. So we are quite close, I would say, to the Leeds and Bradford airport, which pretty much would be best part of, I'd say, 20 to 25 minutes drive from campus. Then our closest one after that is Manchester Airport, which I think is just under an hour. And again, it's very accessible from the campus. It probably takes you 5 minutes to get onto the sort of main dual carriageway and motorway. So again, we are really well situated and located for sort of major airports. So yeah,
I think
good
next
question.
inquiry is here. I think, sorry to interrupt you, next inquiry is here. Mr. Asad Nabud, you can continue, Ms. Zainab. You can ask your questions.
Okay. Hi, Asad. I'm Zainab. So I hope, can you hear me? Hi, Asad. Am I audible to you?
I think it's not available. I'm taking next inquiry. I think it's not available right now.
Okay.
We can move on to the next student.
Okay. So I have a question that, as you know, that due to the current pandemic situation that is being faced all around the globe, so what leniency is being given by the Bradford University with respect to entry requirements?
Yeah, in terms of entry requirements, we are reviewing it on a case-by-case basis. So if students don't have their full certificate, we can review it on a case-by-case basis. Every student will be in a very different situation. So I would say don't let that scare you in terms of the fact that you don't have everything that is required. You know, speak to HR consultants. They're experts, and you know they've been around since 1993. They are experts in higher education and supporting students into this into enrolling. So send your documents in, and they will review it. And as an institution, we will then go and make a decision on what we can offer the student. So I would say really just main thing: send your documents in, put in an application, and then we can base it on what information we do have.
Okay. So
Ms.
we
Zainab,
have,
next now.
we have a student, Mujahid Ali. So Mujahid,
I can't hear
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you
now
hear me?
I can hear
Am
you.
I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So for which course you have applied in Bradford University?
It's MSc HR.
MSc HR. So what are your questions? What you want to ask from the guest?
I don't think so. I have any question yet. I was just eager to have this session with you guys because I haven't applied after my graduation in any of the university. But I
Yeah.
just one of my friends just told me that he's going to apply here in Bradford. And 2 days ago, he just called me and asked me to just forward me
Okay.
that all
So
of the documents,
you
and I'm
might
gonna apply.
have, okay, you might have researched about Bradford University. So what attracts you the most?
To be very
So
honest, I
Noshin,
haven't.
can you just guide about MSc HR that Dr. Saab, Dr. Kamran Saab, how this field and this program will help him in future?
Yeah, I'll let Dr. Kamran answer that because he's got the business school insight. So Mujahid, if you are, did you say you submitted an application or not?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay. So if it's MSc in HR, so Kamran will give a bit of insight into our business school and just ensure that you already have your documents so that you can get the unconditional offer. But yeah, Kamran will answer your question.
Thank you. Thanks, Zainab and Noshi, and hi, Assalamu alaikum, Mujahid.
Walaikum assalam.
So I happen to actually also teach on the MSc HR program as well. So again, the whole idea pretty much is to really understand human resource management, how to best manage. And again, I keep talking about timeliness. You know, organizations are changing, the nature of organizations are changing, the way in businesses operate are changing. So really trying to understand what that entails, not just focusing on sort of the traditional managerial side, but also looking at sort of principles of responsible management. You know, so how do we actually manage in a way which is ethical, socially responsible? I myself delivered a module on coaching and leadership development. So actually, how do you get the best out of individuals in the workplace? Because of course, if you have a productive workforce, you'll have a happy workforce, which will mean there are good results. So again, it's touching upon some of the soft factors as well. Of course, the MSc in HR also comes with the CIPD element of it as well. So there's a professional recognition that you will be gaining and getting along the way also. So if you are really interested in a career in HR, I would really advise you down the route of doing that. But of course, if you're still undecided, if you're still open to ideas, then of course I would definitely say logistics, data analytics, and supply chain is also very an interesting program. We also are professionally accredited by CIPS. That's the Chartered Institution of Procurement and Supply, and also CILT. So that's the Chartered Institution of Logistics and Transport. So again, you know, just by identifying our accrediting bodies, you'll probably know that we have quite a good relationship with professional bodies with a focus on industry. So Mujahid, I hope that answers some or part of your question. Any other questions?
Yes. No, I don't have any questions actually because I have been graduated from University of Lahore.
Okay.
My batch was 2012 to 2016, but due to some of financial issues and there were some family issues, I have completed this graduation, which was 4-year program, 6 years almost. and
Wow.
then I just during my 7th semester, I was going to apply for a internship, but fortunately
Okay.
I got a job there, and then the last semester was just a distance learning. Okay, I
All right,
the
Mujahid
last
Ali,
semester,
thank
the
you very
8th
much for
semester.
joining us. We have more students waiting in the queue. Kindly keep us, you can stay connected via Facebook Live, and you can drop us more messages and your questions, and we'll keep answering you. No worries. Tahir, kindly please take the next one.
Thank you, Mr. Mujahid. आप हमें ज्वाइन किया इंशाल्लाह हमारे साथ कांटेक्ट करिएगा. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Tahir, kindly just take a next inquiry.
Yes, I'm taking next inquiry.
Okay, Nausheen, can you just guide me? Okay, Nausheen, can you just guide me about the entry requirements for A-level students? What are the entry requirements, and how what should be the grades for A-level students, and how we can get direct entry into bachelor's program?
Absolutely. So that's a fantastic question, because we do get a lot of A-level students from Pakistan. Again, like I mentioned previously, it depends on each individual course. So I would say if, for example, you're looking at pharmacy, you need A and 2Bs, but you need a background of chemistry or biology. So it depends on the particular course. If you're looking at any business courses, it might be 3Bs. So look at the individual course. If a student has an inquiry, like I said, speak to the HR consultant or with the university in itself, and we can support you with that particular course area.
Ms. Zainab, Ms. Nida is here now. You can ask the question.
Okay.
First of all, Assalamu alaikum. Can everybody hear me?
We
Yeah,
can.
right.
Islam.
Okay, so is it okay if I switch off my video?
Yeah,
Sure.
we can.
No issue, ma'am. No issue. You can
Okay,
continue.
so I have a question regarding Best Way. I have applied for Best Way, and it has been more than 2 weeks that I have applied for it, and I don't have any idea that if they have gone through my letter or not. So my question was that do they answer to only selected candidates, or even if you're
Neither
rejected,
that
they
is, sorry.
yeah.
John. Yeah, Nida, that is a very good question. So just to make you aware, we only closed the deadline for the Best Way Scholarship only 2 weeks ago. So that's probably when you had submitted it. So on the 21st of May is when we closed that particular deadline. Now, as you can imagine, we have tons of applications. So we've had over 900 applications for this particular scholarship, and we only have 5 places available. So as you can imagine, it can take a bit of while to get a response. If you have been rejected, you will get an update as well. And if you are, curious, I would say if you are really keen to find out, I would obviously wait another 2 weeks, but you can send an email to the scholarship email address where you submitted your application to get an update. Or again, you can contact me directly, and I can let you know the update on that.
Okay, so it's mean that we can ask about regarding our scholarship, that if they have read our letter or not.
Yeah, so they will read, as you can imagine, this process will take quite a while because we have to go through every individual application. It's a very personal sort of application process because it's your story, your reasoning, and it takes a while to go through that. So I would say please, be patient, wait another 2 weeks, and hopefully you should hear back from the university. If not, just drop me a message and I can let you know what the update of your application is.
Okay, thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. हमें ज्वाइन किया. Thank you so much. आपकी जो भी क्वेरी हो, स्क्रीन पर नंबर है हमारा, मिस्टर जैनब है, आप उनको एनी टाइम कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. Thank you so much.
Okay, to all our viewers who are joining this live session, if you have any questions regarding Bradford University, you can contact me on WhatsApp, or you can also drop your comment or your question in a comment box. Okay, so who's the next offer holder?
Yes. Ms.
Sure.
Ifra is connecting you.
Yeah. Hi, Ifra, how are you? Can you hear me? Hi, Ifra, can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I Yes, I can
Hi.
hear you.
Okay, okay, just guide me for which course you have applied in Bradford University.
I have applied for medical bioscience.
For MSc program.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, MSc program.
So what are your questions regarding that?
First, I have a question regarding this. In this pandemic situation, as you know, we are facing a lot of problems. So the major fact is financially problem. So is there any favor for students who are suffering from this condition? If there is this kind of condition, so it's not easy to come over there. That's why I'm asking this question.
What is your
Okay.
question? Sorry, I did.
Nosheen, she's basically asking about the scholarship Bradford is offering. Can you just highlight, the worth and the value of the scholarship?
Yeah, absolutely. So as the University of Bradford, we do really want to support our students from Pakistan. We want to be able to give back to the community from Pakistan as well. So we are offering a scholarship, and you should have this on your offer letter. Our current scholarship that we are offering students is a £4,000.
Okay.
We are very flexible on your payment methods as well. So you pay a £2,000 deposit, and then you can break up the rest of the payments for your particular course. And I would just like to highlight as well, as a student studying in the UK, at the moment it's a fantastic opportunity because you do get post-study work visa. So anyone who does graduate with us within a year, after a year, sorry, you can start working for 2 years. And usually students can make the money back that they have invested into their future and into their education.
Okay. So, any other question?
Another question is regarding online classes. If God does not will we have any emergency situation, just because of that we can't take that class. So will you people send all the lectures on separately online on our website? So is it
Okay. Nosheen, she meant to say that, as per the current situation, and if, the September intake would not occur, heaven forbidden. So what is the scenario of the online classes?
Absolutely. I got your question, Ifra. Thank you. It's a very important question. As you can imagine, obviously the students are worried. But I let Man answer this because he is a lecturer and they have things in plan for what they'll do.
Thanks for your question, Ifra. So at the moment, I think we are going down the route of a blended learning approach where some delivery will be online and there will also be capacity to also have the on-campus delivery, but keeping obviously in mind sort of social distancing as and when appropriate. But we don't want to lose the sort of the campus experience for students. Of course, particularly international students who want to come onto campus and really embody the environment. So at the moment, again, we are working on the plans going forward, but we are heading towards a blended learning approach, which consists of online as well as on-campus delivery. So I hope that answers your question, Ifra.
थैंक यू मिस इफ्रा, आपने हमें ज्वाइन किया और आपने की जो भी क्वेरी से क्लियर किया आपने। फर्दर जो भी क्वेरी है आपकी स्क्रीन पर नंबर आप एनी टाइम कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट इंक्वायरी वेटिंग पर है, तो मैं नेक्स्ट इंक्वायरी लेने जा रहा हूं। टेकिंग नेक्स्ट इंक्वायरी। थैंक यू सो मच मिस इफ्रा, थैंक यू।
My pleasure.
Okay.
And next inquiry is Aruj Yaqub. She's connecting you.
Hi, Aruj. Hi, Aruj. Can you hear me?
Yeah, still she's connecting. Wait for a moment.
Okay, so Nosheen, I have a question from you. That does Bradford University deals with the credit transfer cases for undergraduate students?
Yeah, absolutely. That is something that we do. We do deal with. So again, like I said,
Sorry to interrupt you. I think Aruj is here. Mizana, continue, please.
Okay. Aruj, can you hear me? Hi, Aruj, can you hear me? Aruj, can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yeah, we can't hear Aruj.
We can't hear you. Aruj.
I think she's not listening to us.
Okay. So Noshi, what were you? I think we are
I
able
think
to
she's
hear her.
not.
Yeah, shall we move on to the next student?
Okay. So Noshi, what were you talking about credit transfer cases for
Yes,
undergraduate students?
absolutely. We do offer credit. We do accept credit transfer students, but it just really goes back to what I was saying earlier. It is very much on an individual case-by-case basis. We have to ensure that you have the right credit, right modules. You understand what we have taught already, because we don't want students to be at a different level within the course as well. So again, like individual case by case, we have to ensure that you have the right credit.
Okay. So Uruj, can you hear us?
Her mic is off. I think her mic is off. I'm sending the message, but she's not watching the message. Okay.
Good evening.
Right
Can you
module,
hear me?
understand the
Now you can hear it.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I have one query regarding, hello?
because we don't want students
Hello,
to be
can you
at
hear
a
me?
different level.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Uruj, can you hear me?
yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay. For which course? Okay, for which course?
Now you can hear it.
For which course you
Yeah,
have
good
applied?
evening, ma'am. Ma'am, I have applied for MSc Nursing.
MSc Nursing.
Hello, can you hear me? Ma'am, I have a query, like, has COVID-19 changed any policies for international students? Like for any policies in the University of Bradford?
That's a really good question. So for nursing students, this is actually quite different. So all students, apart from nursing and sort of practical courses such as nursing, physiotherapy, we are actually starting sort of mid-September. We are going for the normal intake. And the reason for that is because you have placements during your course. So again, if you've applied, you should get an update. You will get an update on your actual start date for nursing and the structure of the particular course as well. So for you, if you have an unconditional offer, you can start proceeding with the process for the nursing course.
Okay. So any other questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, I have one more question. Like, I just wanted to ask, is the semester starting on time, or will it take some delays or head over? Just a little concern about this. Nothing else.
Yeah, we understand your concern, and rightly so. But what I'm saying for nursing, we are going for we're starting end of September, so your start date has not changed. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you will get an update via email from the admissions team, and they will send you detailed email about your start date. And obviously, we are still waiting for the visa offices to open before you can actually apply for your visa and your CAS. But like I said, HR team will support you in your visa. They will support you in your getting your unconditional to enrollment as well. So again, like I said, start processing your deposit and your CAS, and then we can get that sorted for you as well once everything's reopened.
Thank you so much, Anush, for joining us. I hope most of your questions have been clear. So, Tahir, can you take the next inquiry?
Yes,
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, Noshin, I have a question that, if a student, what are the arrangements by Bradford University if a student is short of 0.5 band? Does Bradford University offers any sort of pre-sessional course?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
What are the arrangements by Bradford University if a student is short of 0.5 bands? Like if the exam is 6.5 and a student is achieving 6 band, so does Bradford University offers pre-sessional course?
And what I would say is actually Bradford is quite flexible in these situations. We can understand that you can't retake IELTS, but if you're short by 0.5, please send your documents and we can get this potentially waived by our admissions team. We've had cases of this today. We've had 3 cases where we've managed to waive students' admissions because they were 0.5 short. So what I would say to the audience, if you think you're in that situation, or if the HR team know of any students who are just 0.5 short of, or even if they've had 6 overall and they might have 5 in reading or writing, we could potentially look to waiver that. And that, again, is something we are being very flexible with.
Yeah. I think
So
next
we have student Anik.
I think his name is on it. You can continue.
We have a student Anik over here. Hi Anik, can you hear me? Anik, am I audible to you? I think she's we are unable to hear her. So can you just
maybe due to network problem.
Anik is on the mute, so I guess we need to take next student.
Yes, I'm taking.
I kindly remove Anik. We can take him again later.
Okay. Yeah.
So okay. So Nausheen, I have a question that can you guide me about the entry requirements for a master student? If a student who has done graduation BS studies from Pakistan and he wants to do masters in supply chain in any other field, but what should be the percentage and how much CGPA is required to get direct entry into masters?
Yeah. Again, that's a really fantastic question. Our entry requirements for postgraduate studies, so all our master courses, is pretty flexible. I would say it's at a really good level. We ask for 2.5 CGPA. But with students, again, sometimes if you're a little bit short on the requirement, if you have experience, we can look to review that as well. What else I would say is for University of Punjab, if any student wants to study LLM at University of Bradford, we are accepting it at 45%. And that's due to the grading system of University of Punjab. So yeah, anyone who graduated from there, they can be accepted at Bradford with 45%.
Okay. Okay, Nausheen, I have one more question. One of the students has raised a question that how much experience is required for doing MBA? Does Bradford offers any sort of experience for getting admission in MBA?
Our MBA isn't full-time, so unfortunately it wouldn't be targeted for our international students. We only offer our MBA part-time at the moment, but we have fantastic alternatives within our Triple Crown accredited business school. So like international business, we offer a wide range of management courses. So again, that's a really good alternative for students. And if they would like any further details, I guess Kamran can sort of go into detail about the business courses that we do offer.
Yeah, no, thanks, Nausheen. And yeah, I think going back on what we have been talking about, I think over the last sort of few discussions on the programs is sort of the skills focus, and it's typically your MBA has a practical element to that, and I think we are now moving more and more towards a skill-based program where the focus isn't just on application of theory but also application of skills as well. So there are many, but again, I will come back to sort of some of the new trending areas, and again, for students who are looking for opportunities, look at the job landscape and you will see that the digital skills gap is increasing more and more. So there's more jobs in the future but less people with the right skills to fulfill them, and particularly in various in both developing and developed contexts. So again, a lot of opportunities. I think students sometimes need to maybe look at where they're headed and prepare, and again, doing a degree which is industry facing is something that I would highly recommend.
Okay, so Nausheen, anything you want to add?
Mr. Sheen, I have a question from student. He want to confirm about bachelor program minimum CGPA requirement for master program. Can you tell me minimum requirement for master program? His CGPA is 2.3.
what's his, our minimum is 2.5 CGPA, unfortunately. So 2.3 is quite low in comparison to our requirements. But what I would say is if he's got experience and it depends on his situation and what he has potentially, what he's applying for, we could look to be flexible. But again, he would need to, we would have to look at his experience and get it reviewed by an academic.
And one more question about IELTS. Can you tell me about IELTS requirement for master program?
Yeah. So most of our IELTS requirements for master courses is 6.0 with no subtests less than 5.5. For particular courses like nursing and public health, we do ask for 6.5 overall, and a couple of our science courses as well, like pharmacy and optometry. But what I would say is, again, if someone has done IELTS in the past sort of 2 years and they still have a dated certificate, but they might have 6, but a couple of marks off, maybe 5 in reading, we can look to potentially review that and accept it.
Thank you. Now,
Nausheen, if Tahir has raised the question that if a student has 2.3 CGPA, so if a student has some 3 to 4 years of experience, like any sort of professional experience, does university take his application into consideration?
Absolutely. If the student has some sort of experience, and obviously we understand that university grading system is different as well, Zainab. So if, for example, he might have 60% but have a 2.3 CGPA and have some experience as well, we can look to potentially contest this as well. But like the audience should know that obviously HR are sort of really good at have the knowledge of putting these cases forward, and if you do have any questions or queries like that, you can just pop it through to your counsellor and they will guide you.
Okay. Nausheen, I have a question. One of the students has raised a question regarding the scholarship. Is Bradford University offering any sort of scholarship? And so what is the worth and value of the scholarship?
Yeah. So just to give students an idea, we have 2 different types of fees. We have classroom-based fees and we have our lab-based fees. So our classroom-based fees are around 16,000, and our lab-based courses are around £19,000. We also have foundation year, which is £12,000. For all these particular areas, we do offer a £4,000 scholarship. So your foundation year would be actually £8,000. Your classroom-based courses would go down from 16 to 12,000, which is amazing. So that kind of gives you an idea of what our scholarship results into.
Okay, so HSSC students cannot get a direct admission into bachelor's. He has to do foundation first.
Absolutely, yeah. We don't accept a direct entry with intermediate or HSC, unfortunately. But again, they would have to go onto a foundation year before they can progress onto a bachelor's.
Okay. Nausheen, I have one more question. One of the students has raised regarding, the placements program. Can you guide about the placement program? Does, Bradford University charge for the placement, or is it free of cost?
Yeah, so we do offer placements within our bachelor's degrees. So if students want to go from a 3-year bachelor's degree to a 4-year, absolutely, they can do that. So what it would mean is after the 2nd year, once they graduate from the 2nd year, they can do a placement in the 3rd year. And it's a small fee of around £1,000 for that particular year. So it's a small fee that we would charge, but again, for our master courses, we are offering placement with our applied artificial intelligence course, and there's no charge for it as well. So it's just a small little fee that we do charge, but it means you get extra year, and then you get another 2 years in addition to that as well for study work.
And I would definitely endorse a placement. I did a placement myself. It really does add a lot of value to you on your degree program, where you show that you've got practical experience. You were able to sort of gain more skills and then come back and apply that, and finish your degree program. So again, very important to sort of take those options on where possible for students as well.
Okay. So now, can you just guide me that how much initial deposit is required to request for the CAS? and what arrangements we should keep in mind, and what regarding the request to CAS?
Absolutely. Again, that's a fantastic question. So at this stage, there'll be many students who have got an unconditional offer. So they're probably wondering what is the next step. So if you have an unconditional offer, you are now ready to pay your deposit and apply for your CAS. You need to pay a £2,000 deposit, which is a really good amount to spread out the fees for your tuition fee, the cost of the fees. And then in addition to that, you would need to pay 50% of your fees before you enroll.
Okay. So to all our viewers who are watching this live session, if you have any concerns, any questions regarding Bradford University, you can drop your inquiry into the comment box, or you can also WhatsApp or call me to my number. My number is 032147473115. HR team will approach you and will resolve your questions. Tahi, you have any question regarding that?
Yes, I have one question about bachelor program. If students have completed 2-year bachelors, then he can apply for Bradford University, and what's the requirement?
So how many years? So what was the question? Did he 2-year
Yes.
bachelor?
No, he is asking that if a student has done 2 years of bachelor, to know that in Pakistan there's a 2 years of BA and BCom.
Right, yeah,
The
so
student
they
has done 2 years of BCom. Would he be getting admission direct into top-up year program, or he will be getting admission into the direct into the second year of the bachelor's?
So if the student has a 2-year bachelor's, we wouldn't allow it until our 3rd year. It would be the 2nd year. But it would be case by case, depending on what particular modules and courses that the student has studied.
In most cases, I think so. 1 year is exempted.
Yes, 1 year. First year exempted, and then you can go to your second and complete your 3rd year as well.
Sure. Yes, Tahir?
Yes, no question. You can continue.
Okay. So, Dr. Tahir, Dr. Kamran, if you have any questions regarding Bradford University, what message you want to convey to students to study in Bradford University?
So again, no, thanks for the opportunity, and again, engage with us. I think one of the things that we often find with students is they might not really be aware of why we've created a new program. And something that I just want to touch upon before we do sort of close the session is, how do we go about developing a program? A new degree program that comes about. How do we go about bringing that in? So often it's there's a big process behind that, but much of it is there a demand? Just like a product, you can't just bring out a new product in the market if there isn't a demand for that. And a lot of the programs that we have developed, that we've touched upon, the new MScs, the new bachelors, the undergrad degrees, are requested from industry. So these are industry experts telling us there's a need for these programs, and so on and so forth. Hi Tanvi, I think you've just unmuted yourself.
Begum current
Tanvi, Tanvi, you still there? I think you've accidentally unmuted.
Machine drop kar gaya.
Can you mute him?
Okay,
so Dr. Kamran,
Bullshit.
I have a question regarding that. As per the current pandemic situation, what are your viewpoints? What are your suggestions about the September 2020 intake? Do you think that the intake will happen, the intake will occurs or not?
Yeah, so I think we are pressing forward. As I mentioned before, we have things in place. We have the contingencies in place, as I mentioned. We're going down a blended learning approach where we will be delivering both online and offline. So I think that's something that, again, even though we are moving forward and things are changing, we have a commitment to students. So there's nothing for students to be concerned about on that front. And as we move forward, we are developing and going forward with this in mind. So again, a mixture of online delivery, making sure students, again, are safe, because that's our #1 priority, but then equally ensuring that you all have what we would say as the experience of being on a campus, particularly for international students as well.
Okay. So now, Sheen, I have a question from you that that accommodation is one of the most, the main concern for international students. So how Bradford University facilitates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Okay. So that accommodation is the main concern for international student. So how Bradford University facilitates as international students?
I think Notion's having some connectivity issues there.
Okay. So Dr. Kamran Saab, that I have a question from you that
Yep.
how you will, suggest students that why they should prefer Bradford University and what, the future prospects they are getting after completing a degree from Bradford. So what are your opinions that what, points a student should keep in mind while selecting a right institute?
So of course, again, it's about, why do you want the degree first of all? So, are you getting the degree for the sake of getting it? Is there an employability focus there? Is there a particular industry that you want to go into? Are there particular skill sets that you want to acquire? And again, we are focused on that. We're focused on getting the skills, the right skills for the right set of in roles that are, and jobs that there are in the marketplace today. So again, for me, it's the employability focus, being up to date, being relevant, and I think more than anything, as someone who's been through the system, we're consistently evolving and ensuring that whatever we are offering is timely and is not outdated. So I think they are some of the key selling points for our programs and the programs that I pretty much are delivering on.
Dr. Kamran,
सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू मैं तमाम व्यूअर्स को इन्फॉर्म करना चाहूंगा वो स्टूडेंट्स जो भी हमें देख रहे हैं बहुत हमारा माशाल्लाह से इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन जा रहा है बहुत से हमें स्टूडेंट्स ने ज्वाइन किया इंक्वायरीज फेस किया और अपनी तमाम क्वेरीज को क्लियर किया तो अभी जो स्टूडेंट्स हमें देख रहे हैं जो इंटरेस्टेड हैं ब्रैडफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में अभी अपनी जो भी क्वेरीज है तमाम क्वेरीज को हमें ऑनलाइन क्लियर कीजिए रिलेटेड फी स्ट्रक्चर यूनिवर्सिटी जो भी आपकी तमाम क्वेरीज हैं जिस तरह के अभी जैसे कि आपने तमाम हमारे सेशन में सुना कि एडमिशन से रिलेटेड बताया जा रहा है फर्दर जो भी क्यूरीज है एडमिशन से रिलेटेड तमाम क्यूरीज को बताया जा रहा है तो आपकी जो भी क्यूरीज है अभी हमें ऑनलाइन अपनी तमाम क्यूरीज को क्लियर कीजिए 034647474043 पर अभी हमें कॉल कीजिए व्हाट्सएप कीजिए जो भी क्यूरी है आपकी तमाम क्यूरीज को लाइव क्लियर किया जाएगा नाउ ओवर टू यू ज़ारा यस प्लीज कंटिन्यू
so I think we should wind up the session. Dr. Kamran Saab, that in this current pandemic situation, what message you want to give to our students? What precautionary measures they should take and what they should plan for the future?
Again, I think like most of us, we are living in uncertain times. So I think trying to be as positive as possible is very important. Of course, we have many students, international students, who we are doing a number of things for. So we've hosted 2 international student forums where some of the leads from the university, I'm talking more in terms of, the heads of schools and the deans have been there and are pretty much trying to support and facilitate the students that are here. I think more so for students who are looking to join, I think, rest assured, we are trying the best that we can to ensure that you will be on a safe campus and be at a campus whereby pretty much we are looking out for your well-being as well as ensuring that you are having the education that's required.
Okay, so Noshin, can you hear me?
I guess Noshin is not here. We can wrap up the session.
Okay, so thank you so much to all our viewers who are watching this and who have raised questions. If you have any concerns regarding, application procedure regarding the courses, you can consult us, and HR team is always here to support you. And thank you so much, Dr. Kamran Saab. You have joined us. You have given your precious time and briefed us about the logistics and data analytics program, as it's a very, very much demanding. And it's a very unique program, and I don't think so that any other university apart from Bradford is, offering this program, as it is a combination of 3 different fields. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Zainab, Tahir, and of course Tanveer for this, and of course Noshin for facilitating and ensuring the session went ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nausheen, for joining us. And thank you, Tahir. Thank you so much to all our viewers who are watching us. And if you have any questions, any concerns regarding application, you can consult us and you can share your concerns and you can share your inquiries via WhatsApp and by calling us. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Tahir.
Thank you.
Take care.